Are you smart enough? Are you smart enough to solve this kind of question? Now look at what you are given. You're given that x to the power of what x divided by x plus 3 is equals to 5. And we are asked to find the value of x. Are you smart enough? Let's see your smartness. Now look at what you are going to do to this question. Now we have what? X to the power of x divided by x plus 3 equals to 5. And we are expected to find x. Wow. How are we going to determine the value of x in this equation? Now what you are going to do is to remove the denominator from here, which is the power here, which is x plus 3. So for us to do that, we have to multiply both powers by x plus 3. So that means x to the power of x is equals to 5 to the power of what? X plus what? 3. Because we multiply both powers by x plus 3. Because if you multiply here by x plus 3, multiply by x plus 3, this one will cancel out this one. We are just left with x, right? Now by obeying the properties of indices, you agree that this is the same as what? X to the power of x is equals to 5 to the power of x multiplied by 5 to the power of what? 3. If you really obey the properties of indices, you will know what happened here. Since the basic are the powers, and we'll have this. Now, what are we going to do now? What we are going to do is to divide both sides by x to the power of x. So if we divide here by x to the power of x and divide the whole of this by x to the power of x, you all agree that x to the power of x divided by x to the power of x is just 1. Then equals to, we can write this as what? Into 5 to the power of x multiplied by 5 to the power of what? 3. Then multiply by x to the power of what? Minus x. If you really obey the properties of indices, you know why you're having minus x, because you're having division sign here, right? Now, I want to remove this 5 over 3 here to this place. So I have to divide both sides by 5 to the power of 3 and divide here by 5 to the power of 3. So that this cancel out this. I'm left that 5 to the power of minus 3 is equals to 5 to the power of what? X divided by x to the power of what? X. Wow. You know what happened, right? Look at, if I cancel out this, I'm left with s 5 to the power of s multiplied by 5 to the s to the power minus x. And this 5 to the power of s minus s, look at what I'm saying. That means 5 to the power of minus s multiplied by 1 divided by s to the power of x, which is this. So this is what I'm having. Okay. Now at this point, by obeying the properties of indices, the powers are the same here. We can write that 5 to the power of minus 3 is equals to into 5 divided by x all to the power of x. Okay. At this point, there's nothing we can do. So this amazing thing we can do, we can say let 5 divided by x equals to what? P. You can call this equation 1. By making x the subject, you can see that 5 is equals to what? Px. So if we divide here by p and divide here by p, this cancel out this, and this implies that our x is equals to 5 divided by what? P. You can call this equation what? Equation 2. So we are going to substitute this into this equation. So we have that 5 to the power of minus 3 is equals to what? Now here you're having 5 over x, which is p. So you have this is p all to the power of what? X is what? X is 5 divided by what? P. Wow, this is amazing, right? Now what are we going to do here? Now what we are going to do is make it interesting, right? We have 5 over p here. So we can do something very amazing because we have 5 over, this is 5 over p. And you know, there's another amazing thing you can do because you're looking for the value of what? P. So what we are going to do is to remove this 5 from here. So for us to remove that 5, we have to multiply both powers by the reciprocal of 5, which is what? 1 over 5. So we do that, we have 5 to the power of minus 3 over 5 is equals to what? P to the power of what? Minus 1, 1 divided by P. Okay? That's what you're going to, because if you multiply both sides by reciprocal of 5 will cancel out, this will be left with 1 over P. And you can see that this is strange because there's nothing you can do here. So you can say that let 1 divided by P equals to what? Q. And you can call this equation what? Equation 3. So by making P the subject, that means P will equals to what? 1 will be equals to PQ. So if we divide here by Q and divide here by Q, Q cancel out, so P is equals to 1 divided by Q. Can call this equation what? Equation 4. Okay, so if you can know the value of P, if you know the value of Q, you can determine the value of P. And you can know the value of P, you can know the value of X. You see, very simple. So let's substitute this into this equation. So what that this is what? 5 to the power of minus 3 divided by 5 is equals to what? Look at P here. And P is 1 over what? Into P is 1 over Q. As you can see here, right? Then our 1 over P is now Q. So here is just what? Q. Now, if you obey the properties of indices very well, you will see we can write this as 5 to the power of minus 3 divided by 5 is equals to into q to the power of minus 1 represent this all to the power of q. And the index inside the parenthesis can multiply the index outside. So it means that 5 to the power of what? Minus 3 divided by 5 is equals to what? Q to the power of minus what? Q. And I want to remove this minus sign from this q, so I have to multiply both powers by minus what? 1. If I do that, that 5 to the power of 3 divided by 5 is equals to q to the power of what? Q. Because I remove it, right? At this point, for me to have the value of q, I have to take the natural logarithm of both sides. So that means 3 divided by 5, then link what? Link 5 is equals to is equals to q, link what? Link q. Okay? So if I let this link q be equals to what? Any variable. So I say let link q, let link q equals to what? I use a, b, c, I use z, p, and let me see, let it equals to arrow. So it means that e raised to the power of arrow is equals to what? Q. This I can call it, let me write it well so that I know what I'm doing. So that means if I let link q equals to arrow, I can call this equation what? Equation 5. So that means e raised to the power of arrow is equals to what? Q. Right? So I want to put this in this equation. So I want to add that 3 divided by 5 link what? Link 5 is equals to, look at q. So q is what? Q is e raised to the power of what? Arrow. And link q is arrow. So this is multiplied by what? Arrow. Okay? So if I take the number of both sides, so the number of into 3 divided by 5 link what? Link 5 is equals to the number of the function of into e raised to the power of arrow multiplied by what? Arrow. And by definition of lambda, that lambda the function of into a multiplied by e to a is equals to what? A. Take note that the lambda the function of into a multiplied by e to a is equals to what? A. If this is true, that means we can do something interesting here. So that means the lambda the real function of into 3 divided by 5 link what? Link 5 is equals to the lambda the real function of what? Into e to the power of e. Okay, let me put it here. Multiplied by arrow, e raised to the power of arrow, right? So the outcome of this is just arrow, by obeying these properties of lambda. So it means that the lambda the real function of into 3 multiplied by e raised to the power what? Sorry, 3 divided by 5 link what? Link 5 is equals to what? Arrow. Now we're getting the value of arrow. Now let's see from equation. So let's find q now. Q, this is equation 6. Okay, so we know that from equation 6 that q is equals to e raised to the power of arrow. Q will be equals to e raised to the power of the w function of what? Into 3 divided by 5, then link what? Link 5. Now getting the value of q. So since I got the value of q, let's go and find p. Where are we going to find p from this equation? So we know that p is equals to 1 divided by q from equation 4. So that means our p will be equals to 1. Let me clean here. Okay. I'll clean the value of x. How am I going to have x now? Let me see. So that means our p will be equals to what? Our p will be equals to 1 divided by what? Divided by e raised to the power what? E raised to the power is the real function of what? Into 3 divided by 5 link what? Link 5. This is the value of q. We are getting q. This is the value of q. And this is the value of p. Okay. Now it's for us to go and find x. Remember, there's something I said earlier, but I've cleaned it. But I can remember from equation 2 or equation 1, right? I can remember very clearly that there's something I stated. Okay, that let me remember what I said earlier. Where is that question? Oh my goodness, there's a question that I've forgotten the question. There's something I did here. Let me recall. Oh my goodness. Oh, s is equals to is it 1 divided by p. So this time this will give me sp equals to 1. So that means s. Okay, no. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? Oh my goodness. Guys, you can see what I'm facing now. I've already cleaned the equation 2. How am I going to have the equation 2 now? Because without all this equation, I'm going to have the value of x. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? How am I going to do something very smart? Alright, I'll do something very interesting and smart. Okay, there's something I did. Okay, I said 5 divided by x is equals to what? P, right? It means that SP is equals to 5. So if I divide here by P and I divide here by what? P. So that this cancel out this. So P and X is equals to this. And we're that our P is this. So that means 5 divided by 1 all over e raised to the power the derivative function of into 3 divided by 5, then link what? Link 5. Wow. It's amazing. This is my value of X. I can leave it this form and correct, but let me simplify to the lowest term so that everybody can understand it. Okay? So let me remove this from here quickly so I can simplify it further. Okay? Alright, that means this has become what? X is equals to bracket or parenthesis 5, then divided by what? 1 all over what? E raised to the power the derivative function into 3 divided by 5, then link what? Link 5, then I close it, right? Remember that for us to change this division sign to multiplication sign, we have to bring up the denominator and bring down the numerator. If we do that, we see that our S is equals to 5 multiplied by e raised to the power what? The derivative function of into 3 divided by 5, then link what? Link 5. And this is a beautiful solution to this particular question. This is fantastic. I love this. So thank you so much for watching. Please, if very interesting, don't hesitate to like, comment, and share to long ones or others will learn from it. And again, if you're not subscribed to our channel, kindly do so that anytime we do exciting videos, be notified. So thank you so much and God bless you. Bye.